Hi, welcome to Meal Prep with Abby, where I talk more about the concepts and the mindset behind the meal prep rather than the recipes itself. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about that one essential kitchen gadget that I cannot live without. The one that has positively changed my meal prep journey. It is the air fryer. Air fryer has made it so much more easier and quicker for me to be able to make that nice, healthy, home cooked meal. So today, let's talk a little bit about the air fryer that I use and all the things I do use the air fryer for. Maybe you guys could leave a comment below if you had any questions, or I could clarify in another video on any of the things that maybe you guys are not using the air fryer for. So the first thing everybody uses the air fryer for is a glorified toaster oven, obviously, right? Who wants to turn on the big oven? And the toaster oven, it takes forever to cook your food. And let's be honest, toaster oven is not the same as oven. It doesn't get your food nice and crispy and cooked evenly like a real oven does. But air fryer is a great alternative for that. I love making frozen appetizers in my air fryer. You could do chicken wings, French fries, mozzarella sticks, you guys. Mozzarella sticks come out perfect in an air fryer. It's either always like there's still a little bit of non-gooey cheese in the middle, or I cook it for just a little bit longer and then it explodes and everything oozes out. I bet you guys know what I'm talking about. But air fryer gets that mozzarella stick perfect, melty and gooey inside, but nice and crispy outside without any exploding like cheesy mess within like a matter of minutes. And I love that. Any appetizer items now have instructions. Most appetizer items now, the frozen ones, have air fryer instructions right on there, and I love it. So obviously, appetizers are a great thing to make in the air fryer. I also make a lot of vegetables in my air fryer. I do roast vegetables with like cauliflower, broccoli, and all of those things, right? I make them in an air fryer. I toss some seasoned salt on it, some olive oil, and then I throw it in the air fryer, and it's like amazing roast vegetables you get in minutes. Root vegetables cook very well in the air fryer. Any kind of roasted root vegetables you could do in the air fryer. My absolute favorite recipe to make in the air fryer is like a whole head of cauliflower. I marinate the whole cauliflower with my seasoned salt, oil. I put like an aluminum foil over it, and I put it in the air fryer, and then halfway through I pull the foil out and bake it again to get all of the tops and stuff nice and crispy. And this whole head of cauliflower comes out so juicy and crispy and soft in the inside, perfectly seasoned. And it's so quick in the air fryer, and I love using my air fryer for it. I also make cabbage sticks. I can cut cabbage as steaks, and I'll put them in the air fryer again and kind of roast them, and it comes out perfect. So obviously a lot of roast vegetables and like vegetables like asparagus, Brussels sprouts, all of these come out great in the air fryer. Let's talk about the protein. I love using air fryer for my seafood because I marinate my seafood frozen, and I cook my seafood right from the frozen state, especially if it's shrimp or salmon or like cod or anything seafood related, like scallop. My daughter loves scallop, and we make scallops all the time. And it's so much easier to throw a frozen scallop right in the air fryer, and you like time it, and it comes out perfect. It's not rubbery, it's moist and like soft inside. It's nothing like cooking seafood right off the freezer into the air fryer and have like nice fresh seafood for dinner. It made my life so much better. I love cooking my seafood right from the freezer in the air fryer so it could come out nice and moist without getting rubbery. I marinate my seafood frozen, the scallops, the salmon, the cod. They all cook directly from freezer to air fryer and come out perfect in minutes. Chicken, of course. You could cook, if you have like small cut cubes of chicken and if you had marinated and prepped your chicken in strips and stuff, again, you could cook them right from the frozen state. So when it comes to my protein, I don't eat meat, so I don't cook chicken and stuff like that often, but I do make a lot of seafood. When it comes to my protein, I'm always making them in the air fryer. I marinate them frozen, and once a month you could marinate all of your proteins and you could throw them in the freezer, and all throughout the month you'll have something and you could just keep pulling them out, right? It makes your meal prep journey so much more easier. And let's talk about eggs. I love boiled eggs. I love a good egg salad, right? I always want to have a salad and put like maybe 2 boiled eggs in it. But let's be honest, boiling eggs is a pain, right? You have to like heat up the water and then put the eggs and then like put them in like a cold ice bath. If you don't do all of these steps, the eggs don't come out perfect. I have learned to make boiled eggs in the air fryer, and it has been amazing this summer. I now have egg salad often. I am so generous with my eggs. And it's made my lunches so much easier. Air fryer has been so amazing when it comes to breakfast, right? I make a lot of pre-prepped breakfast, especially waffles. If you make your waffles in a big batch and you freeze them in the freezer, or you get like croissants at Costco or some kind of like muffins and stuff, you could freeze them all in the freezer. And it's so much quicker to pull them out of the freezer, throw them in the air fryer, and boom, your breakfast is done. Air fryer is a great addition to your meal prep journey. Once you start using air fryer optimally and start using it for almost everything, leaving that in that kitchen counter and taking up space in the kitchen counter is definitely worth that space. But let's talk about if all the air fryers are good to multitask like this. I have talked to a lot of people that use the air fryer that comes out in a bucket. It has a bucket and you pour whatever you want inside and you like lock the bucket in. And that kind of an air fryer, I'll probably leave a picture of that air fryer. That kind of an air fryer is not very versatile when it comes to cooking a healthy home-cooked meal like the way I want to. It only does one thing at a time. I know you could put like a layer on it and do 2 things at a time, but still, it's relatively small. Most of the time what I hear is people say either it's not cooked enough, it's not like toasted, like crunchy and roast enough, or it just burns. People will say that things were not like perfect, so they leave it in there for like 1 more minute and they'll take it out to see that it's all burnt. So I suggest, especially if you're cooking for 2 or less people, you could make a whole healthy, nice dinner for 2 people in an air fryer that opens up like a toaster oven. You want to get the air fryer where the front opens. Usually they'll have like 3 rows, 3 sections of like trays that go in, which makes it so much easier for you to see. You could turn on the light in the air fryer just like the oven, and you could see how well your food is doing. You could just kind of turn on the oven and see, I think I'm just going to let it go and never open it to release the heat and all of that, like seal in there, and just add another minute. That makes your life so much easier. I use my air fryer for everything. And I talk to people and I notice they don't. Most of the time, they don't use the air fryer all the time because it's like the bucket air fryer. Yes, they're great to make like wings. If you have a big family and you're trying to make like some chicken wings in it, or like French fries in it, that's a great option. But if you are a family of 2 or under and you're trying to make like 2 different appetizers, or you're trying to make like 2 fillets of fish on the top rack while your vegetables are roasting on the bottom, you want to get the air fryer that opens up. So you have like multiple racks and you could put stuff in. I'll definitely leave a picture of the air fryer that I suggest you guys buy. Obviously, I'm not paid by anybody to recommend any of these air fryers, and I'm not going to recommend that you buy this particular one. But in general, just that air fryer that comes like that opens up like a toaster oven where you could put stuff in and take stuff out. It makes a difference. And guys, trust me, get that air fryer. If you have a deep freezer where you marinate everything, you get frozen vegetables, you meal prep in a big meal prep way 1 week, you'll have fresh food on your table for weeks to come. You marinate everything, throw it in the deep freezer, you take them out of the deep freezer and throw it in the air fryer. You could do some kind of like fish or meat on the top rack, and you could do vegetables on the bottom, and you're done. Or you could do 2 different appetizers and have some roast vegetables going at the same time. I love my air fryer. I hope you guys get an air fryer if you don't already have one, or switch your air fryer out to this model that opens up like a toaster oven, and hope it changes your meal prep journey like it changed mine. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. I could always add more recipes or talk more about any particular items that I make out of my meal prep. I'll see you next week. Bye.